You know, I had hoped that Luke Skywalker's glorious return in The Mandalorian was a signal of some amount of sanity returning somewhere. I know. What a naive thought. Yeah. So, apparently, according to Deadline, and now I'm seeing it everywhere, other sites are saying it as well, that Lucasfilm has fired Gina Carano. They released a statement that Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Oh, good Lord. Did she do that? Oh, my God. What did she do? Well, apparently, she shared a TikTok post that made a comparison of the divided political climate to Nazi Germany. Yeah, I mean, my God, who would do such a thing? Well, where have you been at least for the past 4 years? You know? Yeah, there was a certain orange man that people said was literally Hitler. So, the people who said that, shouldn't they be canceled? You know, because it's making a mockery of the terrible suffering that happened in the era of Nazi Germany. See, that's supposedly the point here. So what was the statement? Well, the TikTok post said Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? So this is being simplified to saying, oh, he's saying Republicans are suffering like Jews did. Well, the description here is the Nazis using bigotry against Jews, exacerbated and amplified it for their own ends. So the broad brush of bigotry can be applied to anyone, and for whatever their reasoning being, whether it's religion or ethnicity or gender, and yes, political views. They didn't just attack Jews, they attacked their political enemies too, rather brutally. Their main competitors were the communists, and they went after them too. So, it works like that. And the warning here is how the use of hatred and bigotry for political ends can have dire consequences. So the cautionary tale that one is supposed to learn from history in the case of the Nazis is just that. But, you know, the cry was never again is more and more seeming like that's just not listened to anymore. And but yes, this is the horrible statement for why she had to be fired. It could have been anything. She could have had a statement about the weather at this point. This is insane. But Twitterverse has spoken. Oh, you're being bigoted towards Twitterverse. But these hashtags that the campaigns on there. But okay, over and over this happens, and someone's pushed to be fired or what have you. When does it pay off? You know, does this new audience show up to replace the ones you didn't like? Are they subscribers to D+? You think so? What you want to bet? Because, I mean, how does someone do this when they're on Twitter 24/7 looking to cancel people? Now, this gets more notice because it's, a Hollywood actress and all this sort of thing. But, I mean, it's even individuals getting canceled. They call up your employer or something because, this sort of thing happens because cancel culture is a real thing. And so when it started, off of she needed to put her pronouns on there. Now, the Deadline article is very deceptive here. It says she just went out of her way almost to harm trans people or be transphobic or what have you. That's not how it worked. Twitter stalkers came at her and demanded she put her pronouns in her bio. So she put the beep, bop, boop, or whatever it was, you know. Well, there's no sense of humor to be found there. That'll be banned too, I'm sure. Well, in a lot of ways, it already has. So she did that, and so that was terrible. So yeah, the push to get her fired was going to continue no matter what. But it doesn't lessen the stupidity of this, of what you do when you certainly Star Wars and Lucasfilm and now Disney Plus is going to suffer for this. We're on thin ice. It made good with Mandalorian, especially with Luke Skywalker, and then this happened. Couldn't grow a spine. I had to do it. So, yeah, she gets in trouble with that because she didn't want to put her pronouns in there. She says later, "Oh, well, Pedro helped me out to understand why it was important to them." Yeah, she doesn't have any problem. I don't see where she ever had a problem with anyone doing it to their own bio. It's your bio. You put whatever you want in there. But it comes to this idea that it's not about just what you said or what you shouldn't say. It's what you must say, and you will do it. You will obey. You know, I mean, there's no other way to look at it. And by the way, she took advice from Pedro Pascal, who, again, his bigotry apparently is divine, because he declared, Trump supporters to be the same as the Klan and Nazis. Well, look at that. A comparison to Nazi Germany again. And I'm sure Twitterverse was upset about it. No, don't worry. He's not getting fired. It's easy to understand what this is, and it's sick. And that's why it's increasingly difficult to support Disney. Because you bent the knee to this. And it's not going to pay off for you. Now, it's like, oh, well, Cara Dune is kind of a minor character, really, in the long run. Yeah, maybe. But this is the idea. This is what you've done. And actually, I quite liked her character. And plus, she certainly was one of the few in the case of having a strong, powerful woman, and she certainly had the physical prowess and presence to make that credible. Now she's gone. Oh, God. So yeah, so now guess what's trending? Yeah, that's right. Cancel Disney Plus. Yes, cancel Disney Plus indeed. Is that what you wanted? Well, you got it. Oh, boy, I tell you. Sorry, Gina. This is really wrong. Seems like a nice gal. And, but I'm sure she'll land on her feet. I hear Daily Wire's making movies. Apparently Antonio Sabato Jr. is starting a studio, so I guess that's what we got to do. We all got to form our tribes and separate even further. Remember, the point of division is conquest. So, yeah, I guess that's where it is.